This is the latest Audi Q7, and I say the latest because this car's been around a long time. In actual fact, over 20 years. As of 2026, this will be 21 years old. It was launched at the Frankfurt Motor Show back in 2005, and it was Audi's very first SUV, and it's still their very biggest SUV that they make. Well, currently anyway, because there might be in the offing a Q9. And I know some of you are thinking, well, there is a Q8, AJ. You've forgotten about the Q8, but the Q8 isn't as big as this car, believe it or not, and I was quite surprised at that. But the Q8 is only available with 5 seats, so it's a little bit shorter, and it is more sporty and more dynamic than the Q7. This Q7 is much more family friendly, and it comes with 7 seats, unless you go for the plug-in hybrid version. But we'll talk all about that when we do the review. For the moment, we're going to find out whether this car still has a place in the luxury SUV market, because it's a very busy market these days. Let's get around it, let's have a look at it, see what we think of it. Let's road test it and give you our opinion of the latest Audi Q7. By the way, guys, you're watching me, AJ, on the Player YouTube channel. And if you've never seen what we do before, I suggest, and it's only a suggestion, watch our little promo video, which is coming up in the next couple of minutes. Well, it's about a minute and a half actually, and see what you think, because we don't just do car reviews. For those of you that are subscribers or you come here on a regular basis, guys, you know what to do. Skip to the next bit. The rest of you, see you in a minute and a half. Catch you then. This is how a car should sound. Listen to this.
I didn't really push it either. I was just having a bit of fun.
Oh, really?
Wheel spin?
Outside. Cool. So there you have it, guys. The Ferrari Roma. My birthday present. Go. We're going to meet the crew and hopefully get it. Nice, a real one.
I think it makes a good work.
Let's go.
Nice to start.
Nice to see you. Show us your big chopper, your helicopter. So here we are, the Morgan Roadster, where we're here for the Swiss Watch Show. Guys, guess what? It's another morning here out in sunny France. So, Audi Q7s come with 3 different trim level options. Your entry level car is simply known as the S-Line, which is what we've got here today. Starts from around 70,000 UK pounds. Jump up for another 5 grand, you can go for the Black Edition, and top of the range cars known as Vorsprungs will set you back from 93,000 pounds. 8 colour choices available, starting from £795 to £1,495 extra. However, if you like white, guess what? It's included in the price, guys, which is great. If you really want to go silly and have one of Audi's custom paint jobs, you're talking from £5,750 extra. That one needs a bit of thinking about. Couple of different rim choices. Entry-level cars get 20-inch rims. You can also opt for 21s, and top-of-the-range cars even get 22-inch rims. You also get a full leather interior. However, let's take a look around this entry-level car and see what you get for your £70,000. At the front, on the outside, you get an amazing pair of Audi's famous Matrix headlights. Round at the back, there's decent LED cluster taillights, plus a power operated tailgate and some nice looking aluminium roof rails. The car also comes with a decent set of 20-inch alloys. You get privacy glass all round at the back, plus a pair of rain sensing wipers and foldy-in door mirrors that heat up in the winter. Inside you get full leather interior with some really comfortable heated front sport seats. The car comes, as you would expect, with keyless entry and keyless ignition, and there's a great looking 3-spoke multifunction leather steering wheel. When it comes to entertainment, you get full Bluetooth connectivity. There's Android mirroring, you get a DAB radio, and you get wireless Apple Play, plus there's a wireless charger for your phone. All cars get dual zone air climate control, which means the passengers in the back get the benefit of air conditioning. There's MMI navigation, which is controlled through a large 10.1-inch TFT central touchscreen, which also sits neatly above an 8.6-inch TFT touchscreen below, used to control the heating and the cooling aspects of the car. The car comes with cruise control, a speed limiter, there's lane keepy, lane departure warning, distance control and full sign recognition. All the controls are located on a separate stalk to the left-hand side of the steering column. On the left-hand side of the steering wheel, you'll find your multimedia controls, as well as a view change button, so you can change the look of the digital dash. The separate scroll button will allow you to navigate through the onboard menu, as well as check for instantaneous performance statistics. On the right-hand side of the steering wheel is your volume up and down scroll button, as well as track change left and right. There's also an Ask Audi button, a telephone button and a star assign button, which you can dedicate to your own personal controls. Directly behind the steering wheel is a 12.3-inch high-resolution cockpit display, and above that there's also a heads-up display which mirrors the driving information directly onto the windscreen. Q7s come with a parking camera and a separate 360-degree camera with park assist that gets side, front and rear parking sensors. Plus, all cars get Audi Pre-Sense, which monitors for potential hazards during driving and parking the car. When it comes to sounds, the Q7 gets a proper surround system with a 6-channel amplifier, 10 speakers and the essential subwoofer. The latest Audi Q7s come with a choice of 3 different engines. You've got petrol, you've got diesel, and you've got a petrol plug-in version, hybrid version of this car, which is what we've got here today. The diesel version of this car gets a 3-litre 6-cylinder engine, and you either get it with 231 brake horsepower or 286, depends on the trim level that you go for. It will give you around 35 miles to the gallon, which is pretty good for a big car like this, and a 0 to 60 time of 7 seconds, which is very respectable again for a large car of this size. If you opt for the petrol version of this car, it's a 3-litre 6-cylinder petrol engine, but that will produce 340 brake horsepower, and it's going to give you a 0 to 60 time of sub 6 seconds for a big car like this. That's pretty incredible, but it will suffer a little bit in the economy states. You're going to drop back to about 26, 27 to the gallon. Now, if you're up for a petrol plug-in hybrid, then it's the same 3-litre 6-cylinder petrol engine, but now it's combined with a hybrid system and a big battery. And combining all that lot together will give you brake horsepower of around 394. It's the same 0 to 60 time, purely because you've got a lot of extra weight with that battery in the back and the hybrid system. So it keeps it still under 6 seconds, which is still incredible. But you will get 26 to 30 miles of all electric driving out of it, which is amazing. On the petrol side, you're going to get around 30 to 31 to the gallon, but combining all that in, it could be the better option if you're looking for local running about and the economy scale of this car. Now, I say it's petrol plug-in hybrid. It is a plug-in hybrid, but at the end of the day, using the e-tron system, you can actually tell the car to charge the car as you're driving along, albeit a little bit slowly. But you can also tell the car to hold back that battery power for when you want to need it. Or if you just want to leave it on the automatic setting, it will set that all up for you. So as soon as you hit traffic or you're running about town, it will go into the all-electric mode itself. But you can utilize that e-tron system very, very easily. All 3 versions of this car come with an 8-speed Tiptronic gearbox, Audi's 8-speed Tiptronic. Absolutely sensational. At the end of the day, I think choosing, between the diesel, the petrol or the plug-in hybrid will depend on what you want to use this car. And one thing to bear in mind, if you do go for that petrol plug-in hybrid, then you can only get that as a 5-seat version. They don't have one with a 7-seat because the batteries are in the back where the seats go. So you do need to bear in mind what you're going to be using this car for at the end of the day. First thing you're going to notice in the back is there is plenty of space for the passengers, with enough room for at least 3 adults across the seating. The rear seats are also able to recline, which is quite a novelty, especially on a long drive. Audi Q7s come with 7 seats. However, if you do opt for the plug-in hybrid version like we have here today, you will lose the 2 seats in the very back as the space is taken up by the batteries. There's easily accessible ISOFIX points, which makes it nice and easy for putting kiddie seats in and out. And you've got recessed seat belts, so sliding across is also dead simple. There's a handy drop-down armrest in the middle, and that's got a double cup holder built into it. Passengers also get the benefit of the air conditioning from the dual zone air climate control, which can be set in the back from the control panel beneath the air vents. There's a couple of 12-volt adapters, but personally I would change these and have the USB chargers instead. All Audi Q7s get an electronically assisted tail lift, which is very handy as it's quite a large boot lid. Inside there's masses of room. In actual fact, there's 867 litres without folding the seats down. However, plug-in hybrid versions of the car like this one can only take 563 litres due to the space required for the batteries. The seats can be folded 40, 20, 40, and when fully flat there's almost 2,000 litres of boot space. That's enough to put a blow-up double mattress in the back, or quite literally throw 2 bicycles in with the front wheels still attached. Finally, you can raise or lower the rear of the car with the buttons inside, which makes it really easy to load larger or heavier items. So just before we get to the summing up section of our Audi Q7 review this week, I just wanted to mention how safe this car is, because it is one of the safest cars on today's modern roads. It comes with a full NCAP 5 rating. So pretty much from the minute you jump in this car as a passenger or as a driver, you're going to be fully covered without any worries whatsoever. The car comes with a 3-year or 60,000 mile warranty, whichever comes first. On top of that, you'll also get an 8-year or 100,000 mile warranty for the battery parts of this car, especially this car because it is the plug-in hybrid version. You get a 12-year anti-perforation warranty for any very unlikely rusty bits that might occur underneath. And on top of that, you'll get a 3-year paint warranty. And the minute that you drive this off the forecourt, you're fully covered with roadside assistance. If you do go down for a test drive, I suggest you have a chat to your Audi salesperson and ask them about the cost implications of extending the warranty, because you can also get 4 and even 5-year warranties. And don't forget, if you sell the car within the warranty period, you can transfer it seamlessly straight over to the new owner. Right, enough from me. Let's get it back out on the road and give you our summing up of the Audi Q7. Out on the road, this car is simply phenomenal. I mean, 20 years of honing and all the expertise that's gone into building this car really shows. The beautiful air suspension on this car, it's so comfortable. I drove this car to Holland last week from London. It's quite a few hundred miles, just shy of about 700-800 miles. Fantastic. The beauty of this car is the silence and the sheer comfort of the driving position. The car is built by a driver for a driver. That's the only way I think I can describe this car. Fully loaded, 4 passengers, all the luggage, beautiful. Got out, literally felt the way that I got in. Got the heated seats in the front here for when it's a little bit cold. You've got the dual zone air climate control. You've got 7 different modes in this car. The actual terrain button is down here, and you can change that through 7 different modes. I won't go all through them, but it's just such a nice, easy car to deal with as well. I love this digital cockpit, beautiful, so easy to use with the steering wheel, with the, scrolling through the menus and setting up your cruise control down the bottom here on that separate stalk just below. I like it down there. A lot of cars have it up here on the steering wheel. It's quite fiddly and it's knowing which button to press and taking your eye off the road. But once you get used to the stalk down here, it's just a simple case of pushing the button and then up and down, increasing your speed or decreasing your speed. But it also has adaptive cruise control. So if the speed limit changes, you've got a variable speed limit when you're on a motorway, it will actually adapt that speed limit. And trust me, when you're in a foreign country and you're not aware of the speed limits, the sign recognition and the speed limit warnings on this car, essential, absolutely essential. Brilliant idea. Mirrors, great big mirrors, right position, lovely. You've got little tiny quarter light down there as well. It's excellent for maneuverability when you're parking the car. You've got the park assist, got the rear camera. I could just go on and on waxing lyrical about this car, but at the end of the day, I think, you know, as I always say when I round up these reviews that we do, the proof's in the pudding. You've got to get down and give one a test drive and see what you think, and not a 10-minute test drive round the road. You know, if the dealer asks you, oh, bring it back in 10 minutes, forget it, go somewhere else, go find someone else. That someone says to you, you know what, if you want it all day, take it all day. You're talking 70,000 UK pounds for this car. I want the car all day to decide if I'm going to part with that money to buy this car. And I think that's only right. It's got some lovely bits and pieces in there. I love inside here, you've got the magnetic charger, so wireless charger in there. You've got a nice couple of cup holders in here. There's a 12 volt adapter there as well. I love the fact it's got a couple of knobs here, and there's got a volume knob still, so you can turn the volume up and down. Loads of little bits and pieces, and very easy to use on that TFT touchscreen up the top. 10.1 TFT touchscreen. I rarely touched the nav on this car because I was using my own nav from my apps on my Apple Play, so I didn't really have a need for it, but it's there nevertheless if you need it. Reasonable economy on the car, fairly reasonable economy. Now, one of the things that I loved about this, and I mentioned this during the engine segment when I told you what engines you can get with this. So this is the plug-in hybrid, and what it gets, you get an e-tron, you go into a little EV button there, and it's called e-tron mode, and you've got about 3 or 4 different setups. You can have all electric driving. Let me click back into it again. All electric driving, auto, so it does it all itself. Then you've got battery hold, so it'll hold what charge is in that battery. And then you've got the recharge, which is what I pretty much kept it in when I was driving over distance. I'm sure around town you're better off in the auto, but that actually increased the battery. I never needed to plug this car in once whilst I was away. It recharged itself over a period of time. That, I think, in itself is genius, absolutely genius, because if you haven't got time to plug this in, you can withhold that bit of battery for when you do need it, or you can actually get the car to recharge it like I'm doing now because I'm a little bit down on power. And then when you do need it, it's back there again. Absolutely genius. I love this car for that, you know, that side of it. Space-wise, loved the folding rear seats. Kids in the back had the seats right back. Beautiful. Nobody complained for an instant that they were uncomfortable, and the lovely aircon everywhere. Simply stunning car. That's all I can say. Any drawbacks could I think of? It's a little bit bulky, it's a little bit big, but if you're buying one of these cars, isn't that what you're expecting? You bought it because you want a big family SUV, a big luxury family SUV. Beautiful windshield on this car as well. Peripheral vision all round. Yes, get down, give one a test drive, guys. You've been watching me, AJ, on the Player YouTube channel. Don't forget, like, subscribe and comment. If you've got a comment, it is it's important, the comments, because if you own one of these cars, even if it's an older one, stick some comments in the box how you felt, you know, owning an Audi Q7, or if you've just bought one, brand new one, what was your experience like buying it? Was it a great experience, or was it, you know, something that you'd rather not go through again? Let us know. Any questions, you know, maybe something that potentially we haven't covered in our review, that we haven't spoken about, then add your questions in or add your little bit of input in, because it all helps. There's a subscribe button down there as well, guys. I don't mind if you subscribe or you don't. I'd love you to subscribe, because the more subscribers we have, the more well known we get, and the more, you know, the more cars we can get to you, because manufacturers like us to have lots of subscribers. That's what's most important to them. They want to see those subscribers, and then they'll go, AJ, you can have another car, we'll let you have another car because we've got loads of subscribers. So yeah, if you want to subscribe, great, but personally I don't mind if you don't, but it would be nice if you did. Also, if you wouldn't mind, I'm going to ask you kind of a favor, but I'm going to replace it with something in return. Give us a thumbs up, guys. It's not just me who does this. I've got a lot of people who help me put these videos together. There's a small crew, there's a sound guy and a camera guy when we do the outside stuff. They're not here at the moment because I'm just working on a camera, but I want to say thank you to them. But at the same time, by you giving us a thumbs up, it doesn't mean we get a pay rise or a bonus or anything like that, but we get a pat on the back from the guys that actually own the Player, because as I'll tell you in a minute, the Player is not just a YouTube channel. That we'll get a big pat on the back for that, and it keeps us in a job. All of us, not just me, all of us. So I really appreciate that. If you get a second, just give us that thumbs up. And then I was saying, so something in return first, because as I said, we're not just a YouTube channel. We produce, or not me, but the company produces a 220-page bookazine based around a men's lifestyle. It's got cars in there, it's got boats. Hang on, just by the magic of editor, do me a favour, can I hold one up and show? There you go. So you can see me holding one up. So that's a hardback bookazine. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get you, well, I'm actually definitely going to get you the online version, which is exactly the same as that book you've just seen, completely free of charge, because you watch me, AJ, on the Player YouTube channel. So I'm going to get you that completely free of charge. The actual book comes out every 3 months, and it's stacked full. You've got cars in there, there's boats, there's motorbikes, there's jet skis, there's holidays, there's golf, there's spas, there's food, there's interviews, you name it's in there. I flicked through all the pages while I was telling you about that. You can see the quality of it. That is mimicked exactly on the online version, in the online version. So if you've got the online version, it's no different to the big book. You can buy the big book, they're 100 UK pounds each. But I would suggest to start with, to understand that book and enjoy it, get the free copy online. You can scroll through the pages, it makes a lovely sound when you turn the pages with your mouse or your finger on your iPad or something. It's really cool. So, and it's just, you can zoom in, read all the content. There's loads of stuff on there, because as I said right at the beginning of this video, don't just do car reviews, we do loads of other stuff. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed our review of the Audi Q7, the latest Q7. It's a fantastic car. I'm loathing giving it back, but it's got to go back tomorrow, unfortunately. And we're on to our next, whatever we're doing next week. In actual fact, we're going to a really good car show next week, and I'm going to do the filming on that. So look out for that. Salon Privé, Blenheim Palace. Can't wait. 2025. You've been watching me, AJ, on the Player YouTube channel. This is AJ signing out. Catch you next week.